I hate this acne. It needs to stop. Hey guys, Logan here, welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review of the book called The Glass Castle by Jeannette Walls. The Glass Castle is about Jeannette Walls and her crazy, eccentric family. Her mother was an artist, and her father was a bipolar alcoholic. Their times as a family were tough, constantly moving around in the United States, particularly West Virginia area, and her siblings and her basically had to raise themselves. I watched the movie first with my stepmom and a few family friends in the theater together when the movie first came out. They had read it previously as part of a book club, but I had never heard of the movie before, and then I watched the movie and I fell in love. Brie Larson, who I loved in the movie Room, another one of my favorite books, plays the main character Jeannette, and Woody Harrelson plays her father Rex. So after the movie, I decided that I was gonna pick up the book and read it. Now believe me, this book is an emotional roller coaster. With the Walls family, they grew up in extreme poverty, as I said before, so they often couldn't put meals on the table. They lived in homelessness, they lived in their car, they lived in shacks, they lived in random places, and they didn't stay very long in places due to the fact that their father was constantly on the move or getting fired from jobs. This book for me was definitely helpful in realizing what I have in my life and not to take things for granted, because my family has struggled, but not in the great lengths that the Walls family has. Everyone has their own struggles, but I, at the end of the novel, was extremely grateful for my parents, both my military parents and my civilian parents, for giving me the life that they've given me and always putting me and my siblings first before their own needs. Now, this novel for me was fantastic. It was very eye-opening. It was very, refreshing. It gave me a new outlook on life a little bit. Anyone who's in a successful place in their lives, or they feel like they have everything together, they should read The Glass Castle, because it reminds us of where we came from as people and to not take things for granted. The Walls family was a family that I extremely look up to now, and I almost idolized Jeannette Walls for being able to tell her story and being able to be open and honest about her father's trials and his tribulations, and also his good times and bad times and her good times and bad times, and be able to talk about it, and it blew up. She's been on Oprah, and it opens my eyes to what I have and what I have to offer this world. So Jeannette, for me, was a beautiful person, both to watch in interviews and both to read about. I thought the way that she told her story was just flawlessly. She told it open and she told it honest, but in an easy to read way. It was very tear-jerking, it was very emotional, but at the same time, throughout the novel, even though I've never really struggled with poverty, I could identify with certain parts of the book about the fact that Jeannette was trying to find herself and move away, and she decided to help her siblings, and she takes this big sibling role. But The Glass Castle is a great depiction of someone who struggled in their life and they've made it out on top. They found the light in the tunnel and they support those around them, and they're a wonderful person, because from what I can tell in television interviews, Jeannette Walls is an amazing person and she hasn't let her struggles stop her, so I would really recommend this book. Overall, I give this book 5 out of 5 stars because it is utterly fantastic. It made me feel all the emotions, which I love. I was happy, I was sad, I was mad at her father, I was upset with her mother, I was pissed at Jeannette at some points. It made me feel all the emotions in a novel that I love to read, because as you guys know, I don't like starting a novel and feeling all happy at the beginning and ending the novel with the same feelings. Usually I don't like movie covers because, of course, as you can see, it has Emma Rossum on it, and it's now major motion picture stickers on it, but it was a gift from a family member, so of course I accept all bookish gifts because books are fantastic, and I read it regardless. So thank you to my godfather / Uncle Dan and his wife Jackie, and I'd like to thank them for getting me this book at Christmas time. Now this book for me was just really good, and as I said before, 5 out of 5 stars, and you should really pick it up wherever books are sold. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!